It's wild, like how good our wide receiver room is and how stacked it is, and everybody's like this.
Right.
Like everybody's gonna dive behind everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're in that room with us, we're diving behind each other.
Welcome to the Verdant Verdict, where we bring you sports talk on the go. I'm your host, Jacob Verdant. We're sponsored by Honest Aids, and today I'm glad to have our buddy Jack Bech back in the studio for the second time. He's coming in here, running up a part two. We got a lot more to catch up on. How you been feeling so far? How you been enjoying fall camp?
Man, I've been feeling good. Fall camp was definitely a lot of fun, but now it's over. Season about 2 weeks out, a little less than that, so it's getting real for sure.
Now the real fun starts.
Yeah.
Y'all been preparing a lot. I got to see y'all out there at practice and, even meet some players popping in and out of the interview room. I noticed that the structure of this camp seemed a whole lot, everything was a whole lot clearer. Everything was really cohesive. What would you have to say about, what Brian Kelly has done to the whole structure of the team?
Yeah, no, he's definitely done, he definitely has done some different things, obviously, from last year. I felt like he's done a really good job with, keeping our legs fresh always. I feel like every time we get out that field, we're ready to go. Nobody's out there, slouching because they're sore and tired or nothing. We're always real energized. Our bodies are always feeling real good. We have some really awesome trainers that always get us right, before practice, whenever it is. And I feel like as, athletes at this level, you need that rest time to get your body re-energized and, reset. I feel like he's done a really good job with that.
So how are you feeling? I know you had some shin splints, little injuries. Seems like you recovering. You were in pads for the scrimmage on Saturday, so I assume you're getting back to that 100% mark.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little hiccup, but nothing crazy at all. I was just really excited to be able to scrimmage, get to show a little bit of what I could do on that fall scrimmage. Because like I said, we're about less than 2 weeks out, so it's time to really get back in that mode of really, playing football.
Yeah, going full speed.
Right.
So what do you think about, the whole deep wide receiver room? LSU really kept a lot of guys together, brought in some guys. You got Kyron Lacey, you got Kayshawn Booty, yourself, Malik Neighbors, Jure. Everybody seems to be, buying in, going crazy, getting better, faster, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
How much would you attribute that to, guys' off-season work or Cortez Hankton or whatever the case may be?
Well, first thing, it's wild, how good our wide receiver room is and how stacked it is, and everybody's like this.
Right.
Everybody's gonna dive behind everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're in that room with us, we're diving behind each other. Nothing could really break us or set us apart, and I think that's been good for us because it just brought in a lot of healthy competition. Nobody's getting envious. We want the best kids on the field that are gonna help us win, and everybody knows that. We push each other to that point. We try to do that every practice. Every time we're in the film room, whatever it is, holding each other accountable. And definitely Coach Hankton and Coach Carter have definitely, have held us to that standard and have put us there, to help us reach our new limits and to keep striving, to keep reaching.
And I noticed how much leadership has played a big role in that. And you, as a returning player, you have a little more experience than most, whether it be a Kyron Lacey or what have you. How have you helped mold these guys and bring them into the LSU way of things? Yeah,
I think that's why our room is so special because everybody's a leader. Everybody's going to get everybody going. There's not just one guy in the room that's kind of telling everybody. It's everybody. It's if one person sees the other person doing something wrong, he's going to tell them something. He's not going to wait for somebody else to say something. I think that's what makes our room like this, like I was talking about.
Nice accountability. And you had, your fair share of media through SEC Media Day. Describe how that went and that whole journey and how that was being selected.
It was definitely a pretty cool experience and opportunity to go, as a sophomore. It was definitely a lot of media was there for sure. It was definitely just a really cool experience to go to Atlanta, get to see what everything's really about. And just have that experience. It's definitely something I won't forget.
And it shows how much trust that they have in you as a player, especially when, they're putting you in a transition from tight end to wide receiver. You're getting put in there with all the skill and with Cortez to really benefit you as a player and help you grow and fit into, your potential. What would you say about how Coach has helped you throughout this transition?
Oh, he's helped me a lot. I've learned so much from Coach Hank. He's taught me about, coverages, different keys, different ways to read coverages, know what the defense is about to do, route running, different ways of how to catch the ball in different situations. He just can help me with my game really in the 360 viewpoint.
So was there any difficulty transferring or transforming from tight end to wide receiver, or is everything kind of more along the same?
It was really like if you watched last year, I was at the top. I was at the wide position, but if you watched me like and you didn't know that, you would have thought I was at the slot receiver position.
Right.
You couldn't really. I didn't really do much of the tight end stuff. I mean, I obviously did a couple slice blocks and stuff like that, but like I wasn't really ever handing the ground, blocking, C gap, cut out. You know what I mean?
So now you're just fitting more into your game and what you're comfortable with.
Now I'm just only running routes, and only focusing on my footwork. Like I said, reading different coverages and just knowing what to do in different situations.
And having a deep wide receiver room will honestly be a blessing in disguise because you'll have guys getting doubled. You'll have a lot of coverage being shifted towards one side.
Especially the guys we have in our room because everybody's a beast.
Exactly.
Don't put one on anybody because you're going to get burned.
And you got a lot of guys, on the watch list for that Blinkoff. Kayshawn got announced to the preseason watch list, but it's it'd be no question in my mind whether guys like you or Malik could pop their name in that throughout the year. Y'all definitely have a lot of potential and whatnot. What has Hankton and Kelly and Denbrock said to y'all to help y'all reach that? How early on did it take for y'all to realize y'all had something special brewing?
I think we've been knowing since our class got here. Me, Malik, BT, and Chris. I think whenever we all came in together, we were like, we definitely got something cooking in the crock pot. Like, I definitely feel like we knew something was special, was going to be taking place. And just the more we've grown with each other, the more we pushed and got better, the more it's kind of unfolding, the clearer it's getting, the more we're seeing that.
And it's really helping the offense become versatile. LSU's going to, look to branch out. It seems like Denbrock's heading in a situation where he wants, if the play breaks down, y'all able to recreate something, make something happen out of nothing.
Definitely.
A big talk has been, the quarterback situation, but I've heard throughout that Brian Kelly said, it's possible that two guys play, and it might be, they'll make a decision here soon, but at the same time, that decision's not permanent. Someone can come in and out. How does that affect the wide receivers game? Do you just stay bought in? The scheme stays the same, goal stays the same?
Yeah, everything stays the same. We're out there running routes and catching the ball. It doesn't matter if it's who's throwing us the football. We believe and put all faith in the coaches. They're going to make the right decision in picking the quarterback. We have no doubt in our mind they're going to make the right decision. And whoever, ends up being the guy, we know they're going to be more than capable of doing special things for us.
Right. And both candidates, have made leaps and bounds in their games since they've arrived here at fall camp and spring camp especially. I've seen someone, you're real close with, Garrett Nussmeier, grow exponentially since last season. And I really like his pocket presence, his arm. What would you say about Garrett and how he's grown and just kind of, witnessing that firsthand, someone develop their game and just, blossom into the star they can be?
Yeah. Like you said, he came in the spring. I came in during the summer, obviously. But so I really was there with him almost from the beginning. But no, he's definitely grown a lot. Just a lot mentally. He was always physically. He always had a good, strong arm, could move. But I think he's really taken big strides in his mental game, and he's worked for it.
And what I like about Nuss is, he said in the media availability last week how him and Jaden, they're buddies. There's no bad blood in anything, no position.
That's what makes really not only our room special, but their room special too. There was never, even with Miles, there was never ever any animosity. Everybody was just pushing each other to get better.
Right, and you even had times where they had the college showcase at the Manning Passing Academy where Miles and Walker and Nuss and all Jaden were all there together, laughing, having fun with the wideouts. It seems like there's no animosity, there's no bad blood, like Nuss said. Everyone's bought in for one common goal, and that's what I think is going to carry LSU into a pretty strong 2022 season. What do you feel about this year? You got
100%. I know I couldn't have said it better. I definitely agree. I think we're going to turn a lot of heads, and I'm excited for it. That's really all I got to say. I'm just excited for the season to start, to show everybody, what's been behind those doors for the past, 6 months.
And I've gotten blessed to see, some sneak peeks at what's behind those doors, and it is really special. I think a lot of the question marks that I had in last year would be, injuries, a couple defensive things here and there, quarterback situation, but, they're all getting addressed, and the structure, the new schemes, the new coaches, everyone's on the same page, and everyone's bought in. What do you think about, that defensive line, though? We talked about the defense. The foundation of the defense seems to be, that front four.
Yeah. If you have a strong front four, it can, I think we have really good defensive backs, but, having a really strong, put it this way, instead of saying something, I'm going to explain it. if you have a really strong front 4 or 5, whatever it may be, which we do, it like if you just think about it, you got them and they're putting pressure on the quarterback every play. So the cornerbacks don't have to guard as long as if you had a weak front 4, you know what I mean? So now the cornerbacks only have to, guard up for a couple seconds because that D line's already going to be putting pressure on the quarterback every play. So I mean, it's going to help. Having those front 4 is just going to help the whole defense out tremendously, just because how little time the opposing quarterback is going to have to do something with the ball.
And Coach House said in his media availability how it'll make everything more multiple, and how when he came at LSU, his first goal was to make everything understandable. He said the most important piece of the puzzle is going to be the cohesiveness, like Brian Kelly spoke with as well. So with that being the main focus, it seems like LSU's primed for success, and it seems like, at least in my opinion, that they've had their best chance in years. Last 3 head coaches LSU's hired have all got the job done. I wouldn't think that this 4th one and Brian Kelly wouldn't be able to do the same. And with the talent that y'all have and the coaches that y'all have, I think it's definitely possible. Y'all also have good influence from former players, the NFL LSU side of things. You have Tyrann Mathieu coming here. What did he come talk to y'all about, and just how did he help mold that attitude in the team?
Yeah, he came talk to us a couple of months ago. And I remember from his talk, he got me fired up. I think he got everybody ready to run through a wall. If you listen to Tyrann talk, it doesn't matter who you ask, they're all going to say that. They're all going to say just that. It makes you just want to run through a wall. He just talked to us about like how it means so much more. Like it means a lot to us, but it means like something for all the kids in New Orleans, all the kids, from all of our hometowns. It means so much just for the state of Louisiana. Like, I mean, people want to say that we don't have pressure on us, but I mean, we do. If you look at it, we do have pressure on us. Like where LSU, there's a standard, and we have to meet that.
100%.
And I think he really set that in our minds. He just like talked to us about being dogs, about things get hard, and if it was easy, everybody would do it. And like how one of the most effective things to have is that grit. Because if you have grit and you're gonna keep going when nobody else wants to keep going, then the heights you could reach are going to be endless. Because if you could keep going full speed when the guy across from you can only go about 50%, you're going to kill him.
100%. You've also had a lot of influence with, you got to meet Odell Beckham. That was huge, I'm sure. What kind of take me through that? What that was like?
Yeah, no, we just hung out with Odell for a little bit. He just we just kicked it back with him, hung out. Yeah, we didn't do much. We just kind of
chilled and just got to
just
enjoy
chilled,
the time.
Talked a little bit, shoot the, how the saying goes. But no, he was real cool. He definitely took us in, all being wide receivers from over here at LSU. He took us in like we were family.
And that's what it's all about, family. You also got to work out with Jamar Chase. It seems like that family aspect at LSU keeps everyone together, and they just want to see the best product on the field. Because at the end of the day, like Tyrann Mathieu said, they're still fans. They're still fans of the school, fans of y'all. They want to see the product succeed. So, I mean, talking about Tyrann Mathieu and that Saints, LSU has a stacked wide receiver room, but the Saints got one too.
Facts.
The Saints are looking
Saints going to be
crucial.
cold this year, for sure.
Saints
definitely going to be cold.
You trust Jameis Winston behind the pocket? You think he can get the job done?
for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people sleep on him.
Yeah. I'm worried about that injury. I hope he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
Saints got a lot of roadblocks potentially throughout this year. With Alvin Kamara might be suspended or whatnot.
I think they're going to be good. I think they're really good.
I agree. I got to go to the Saints training camp for a little bit, and I was kind of witnessing Olave. I think Olave is a sleeper. Chris Olave from Ohio State.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a dog.
There was this play with him, and he was getting guarded by CeeDee, and he gets it over the back shoulder, catches it one handed with CeeDee guarding him. I mean, rookie year, like doing that to people who are already established, people who are mouthpieces of elite defenses. Yeah, that's really impressive. A lot of impressive things been happening in sports, like UFC, Kamaru Usman getting the piss kicked out of him on that one.
The thing was, really, though, he really should have won. I mean, he really beat dude up the whole fight.
It was
close. Rocked in the head.
That's what's crazy about the UFC.
A couple more minutes, he was going to win.
It was like Leon Edwards, the alternate reality is Leon loses. Leon never gets a title shot again. He's probably never back at the top. And then a split, perfect perfect form kick, just wins him the belt, ends a 15 fight win
Got
streak.
my boy looking into space.
Yeah, he was sitting there
Wild,
with a
though. I
blank
didn't think
stare.
Usman was gonna. He's cold, but
Me either.
he really beat dude the whole fight, and then he just got kicked and got knocked out.
Do you think this opens the door for Colby Covington to go in and grab the welterweight title now?
I think it's gonna give him a shot.
Do you think he'd be able to knock off Leon? Leon's got just as much perfect form as Usman. It's just, it's a little bit different. He's on the feet, which is Colby's weaker aspect.
It's gonna be a good fight.
It will be.
I can't wait till my boy Dustin Poirier gets back in the ring, though.
Yeah, the Diamond, Dustin. Yeah, he's. I was disappointed in that Olivier fight, but Olivier's a monster matchup for anybody.
Olivier is cold. He's like that too. But I'm excited to see him get back in the ring. I want to see a McGregor Poirier part 4.
You think they should run that back?
What?
It's not finished yet. They still got that rivalry.
Yeah, no.
That trilogy, they had no closure in that. They only fought for about 4 minutes, and then he snaps his leg. So I don't.
Yeah, there was. I want to see Dustin do his thing against McGregor.
I think McGregor would be insane to take that fight after what happened in the trilogy. I think that Dustin's gonna beat him. If they fight 10 times, Dustin's winning 8 out of 10 at least. It's not looking good.
He's
for
cold.
Conor.
I play with him on UFC. I mean, he's OP in that game. He just mauls everybody. Nobody in the house can even use him anymore. He's so good.
He's a cheat code.
He's just a cheat code.
He's on the ban list.
Facts. He's so cold.
Man, I like Tyson Fury in that heavyweight division. That 6'9", that big wingspan, man, that's rough right there.
John LeBone Jones.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
wish.
boy.
Johnny Bones, man, Johnny Bones.
Yeah.
I think he's the GOAT, bro. He never lost. Got that DQ. That don't count. You got to beat him. To beat him, man, got to beat him.
Disqualification definitely doesn't count.
No. So anything you got to say going forward? Anything, to look out for Jack Bech, and any projects you got?
Not much right now. Just kind of slow rolling. Just really focus on the season. Getting
Focused on the year.
Yeah.
Big year ahead for Jack Bech.
Definitely.
Y'all make sure to follow the Verdant Verdict. We got exclusive LSU coverage coming all season. We got more player interviews like this, and we got a whole lot more to share with y'all. Subscribe down below. Links to our socials. Y'all have a good day.